An upside-down situation turned right side up. Life often feels upside down, doesn't it? Moments of despair, confusion, and hardship can cloud our vision, making it hard to see any hope. But through faith in God, what seems upside down can be turned right side up. This is beautifully illustrated in the story of Elisha and the four lepers in 2 Kings 7. The dire situation, the city of Samaria was under siege by the Arameans, and a severe famine had struck. People were desperate, even resorting to the unthinkable to survive. The world seemed upside down, but God was preparing to turn things right side up. The desperation of the lepers. Outside the city gates, four lepers were outcasts, starving and excluded from the community. With nothing to lose, they decided to go to the Aramean camp, hoping for mercy. Imagine their emotional state: fear, hopelessness, and the reality of their physical decay. A miraculous turn of events. When the lepers arrived at the Aramean camp, they found it deserted. God had caused the Arameans to hear the sound of a great army, and in their fear, they fled, leaving everything behind. For the lepers, from the brink of death to finding abundant food and riches, the world was suddenly turned right side up. Faith in action. The leper's story teaches us that faith combined with action can lead to miraculous outcomes. They didn't sit idle in their despair. They took a step of faith. Similarly, our faith should move us to action. It's not enough to believe. We must also act on that belief. I wonder how many times God was about to bless us and we caved. Had we stayed the course, keeping our focus not on the circumstance but on God, we would have been blessed. The story of one who didn't have faith. In 2 Kings 7, a royal officer on whom the king leaned did not believe Elisha's prophecy about the sudden end of the famine and the abundance of food that would come. When Elisha announced that there would be plenty of food the next day, the officer doubted and said, "Look, even if the Lord should open the floodgates of the heavens, could this happen?" Elisha responded to him, "You will see it with your own eyes, but you will not eat any of it." The next day, as prophesied, food became plentiful when the Arameans abandoned their camp, leaving behind supplies. However, the skeptical officer was trampled to death at the city gate by the people rushing out to get the food, thus fulfilling Elisha's prophecy that he would see the blessing but not partake in it. This underscores the importance of having faith in God's promises. Other biblical examples. Who had faith? Consider Abraham, who left his homeland, not knowing where he was going, simply trusting God's promise. His faith turned an upside-down situation right side up, leading to the birth of a great nation. Think of David, a young shepherd who faced Goliath with a sling and his faith in God. His victory turned the tides for Israel. Or Esther, who risked her life to save her people, turning impending doom into deliverance. Modern-day connections. Modern stories also illustrate these principles. Take Nick Vujicic. Born without arms and legs, through faith and determination, he became a motivational speaker, inspiring millions. His story shows how God can turn our most challenging situations right side up. Or consider Bethany Hamilton, the surfer who lost her arm in a shark attack. Relying on her faith and determination, she returned to surfing and competed professionally. Her story shows that with faith, resilience, and action, we can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. A call to action: reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you feel like everything is upside down? Perhaps it's a financial struggle, a relationship issue, or a health problem. Remember, God specializes in turning upside-down situations right side up. He asks us to trust Him and take steps of faith, even when we can't see the outcome. Conclusion: life will inevitably present us with situations that seem upside down. But through faith in God, those situations can be turned right side up. We see this time and again in the Bible and in modern testimonies. Trust in God's plan, take action, and watch how He transforms your life. Check out my other videos for more stories of faith and God's miraculous works. Let's continue to explore the depths of God's Word together and grow in our understanding and faith. Click, comment, and subscribe.